Hello, everyone. I apologize for the delay. We were having a little bit of some technical problems. However, I hope that you'll stick with me for the class. So today's class is going to be a reading lesson, and we're reading an interesting article about a new development in technology, and it's about solar road panels. So if you'll look in the description underneath the class, you'll see a little bit about what we're going to be talking about. And it's an article that talks about how we can utilize our road space and turn the roads into solar panels where we can collect a lot of energy and possibly power buildings and cars using that energy. So I hope you'll find it interesting. I always try to pick an article that I think is interesting, even though I already know English. So hopefully you'll learn some English and also learn about a new topic. Okay, so after we read the article, and throughout which I'm going to be helping you with any problems you have with pronunciation, any new words that you find, of course, ask me about them, and we'll try to figure out the meaning together. And at the end, we'll watch a short video about this idea. Okay, so I hope you'll enjoy. Again, right now is our premium period, so those premium members can join now. And in just a moment, everybody will be able to join. So it looks like we have some returners. Aichu, how are you?
Good. Sorry for last time I was disconnected.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I understand. You don't have to tell me about technical problems because I understand. Okay, very good. Well, it's nice to have you. And we also have Owner. Welcome. Nice to see you again.
Thanks. How are you?
Very good, very good. It's been so long since I've seen you, about 2 hours.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So, of course, happy to have you as well. And of course, we're just going to wait. It looks like the class is open now for everybody to join. So those of you who have been waiting from the outside, go ahead and join now, and we start. Okay, again, we're talking about the technology, solar road panels. So I thought it was an interesting idea. As we go through the article, try and think about what your opinion is. What do you think about this topic? And we'll discuss throughout. Okay, so it looks like everybody has joined. Let's say hi to Abraham. Nice to see you again, Abraham.
Nice to see you again, teacher.
Okay, excellent, excellent. We also have, is it Amr?
Hi. Yes.
Are you there? Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Very good. Where are you from?
I'm from Egypt. This is my first time on your class.
Oh, very good. Well, welcome. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a good time. Don't be afraid to ask me any questions. That's why I'm here, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, excellent. And is it Amr? Is that how you say your name?
Yeah, Amr Eve.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, nice to have you. We have Jose. How are you, Jose?
I'm very well, teacher.
Excellent, nice to see you. And tell me where you're from. Have you joined my class before?
Yes. I'm from Colombia.
Okay, excellent. Nice to see you again, Jose. We have another Jose, Jose Guillermo.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. And you?
Very good, very good. Nice to see you. And where are you from?
I'm from Costa Rica.
Okay, very good. I'm going to call you Jose Guillermo, and Jose is the other one, okay? So we don't get confused.
Okay.
Okay, very good. We also have Mahmoud. Welcome, Mahmoud. Are you there? You might need to unmute your microphone.
Yes, I am here.
Okay, very good, very good. I'm excellent. And how are you?
I am fine, thanks.
Very good. And tell us all where you're from.
I am from Egypt.
Okay, excellent. Nice to have you. We have Mustafa. Hi, Mustafa.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
Very good, very good. And tell us where you're from.
I'm from Iraq.
Okay, excellent. And lastly, we have Shadan. Are you there, Shadan?
Yeah, hello all.
Hi, nice to see you. Tell us where you're from.
I'm Shada Muhammad from Yemen.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Welcome. And saying hi to Mine in the chat. Nice to see you, Mine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our article. Let me share my screen. And of course, I'll give you a link in the chat. Okay, so just one moment. And you can see the image is really a great image to give you an idea what this concept might look at. We're talking about solar-powered roads. The roads themselves are solar panels. So we're always talking about different ways that we can save energy. How can we make renewable resources? So this is one of those ways. And as we're going through this article, try and think about if you think this is a good idea. What are some problems that this idea might have? And what are some advantages? Okay, so we're going to be reading, but we're also going to be discussing. So there's the article in the chat. Again, I'm going to correct your pronunciation. So after you read, just go ahead and read it as best you can. After you read, I'll let you know if you had any mistakes, and then everybody can ask questions about the meaning. Okay, so let's go first to Abraham. Would you read us the title and the introduction paragraph?
Okay. A road built out of solar panels to charge our cars and everything else. There are a lot of roads just sitting there in the sun, doing nothing with all that energy. Why not use them to collect it? All it takes is a massive re-engineering of what a solar panel can be.
Audrey?
Did you hear anything, guys? I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I think
Teacher, are you
the
there?
teacher is muted.
Audrey, are you there?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Yeah, are unmuted.
I apologize.
You're afraid.
So,
Okay. I'm
did you
sorry
say
about that.
something?
Yes, I apologize for that. But thank you for
Yeah.
telling me that I'm muted. Sometimes I
You
forget.
was writing something?
Yes. Okay.
okay.
So Abraham, excellent job reading. I wanted to.
When you write something, you will be muted your voice, I think.
Oh yes. When you start typing something. Okay. But thank you, class, for reminding me. Let me correct you, Abraham. Just a couple words, okay? So the first
Okay.
word is built. A road built. Okay, so
Built.
we pronounce that without the U, just built.
Build.
Okay, perfect. And the next one we have is this one right here, re-engineering. Engineering.
Okay, let me try. Re-engineering. Can you repeat?
Sure, re-engineering.
Re-engineering.
Perfect. Okay, so just try and break it up. I know it's a long word, but if you break it up, you'll be able to pronounce it. Okay, perfect. So this is our introduction to the article. Again, what I've said in the description and what I've told you is we're talking about roads built out of solar panels. Okay, they can be very useful, provide us with a lot of energy. Are there any questions about what was in this paragraph before we discuss? Any words that you didn't understand or phrases that you didn't understand? Okay, if not, then what do you think? This is just the beginning of the article. So who has an idea, an opinion? Do you think that this is a good idea or maybe not such a good idea?
Yeah, I think that is a good idea, but I think that it will be expensive to make it.
Mm-hmm. It seems like it would be very expensive. Any other opinions? Do you agree with Abraham, or what do you think?
Also,
It's not so good idea, I think. Actually, humanity solved that problem before the beginning of the century with railroads. Railroads is the solution, I think, to reduce the costs. I think railroad is the best.
What do you think is the best? Can you repeat it?
Railroad, rail.
Oh, railroad?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you don't think that this is such a good idea, Honor? You think that we should switch to using railroads instead of having all these streets?
Innovation is innovation is good. Innovation is a precious thing, but we have a solution about that. Actually, that's the railroad. But humanity, the worldwide, it cannot be used effectively, I think, because of the marketing, because of the community. Always the petrol companies say that yes, you can buy a big cars, you can spend a lot of gas, no problem. So this is the problem, I think.
Okay, yeah, and you don't have to agree with this article, of course. It's up to you to come up with your own opinion, so I think that's great. Jose, did you want to add something? Did you want to say something, Jose? I thought you started something. Maybe not. You might be muted too. I don't know.
Can I say something?
Sure, go ahead.
For me, I think it's a good idea, especially in the underdeveloped countries.
Mm-hmm.
They're more adopting the solar panels.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
it
think
could be
it's
for the developing countries. Okay, very good, very good. So let's keep thinking about our opinions. Maybe your opinion will change, or maybe you'll have some more questions as we continue to read the article. Okay, so let's go next to Aiju. Could you read this next one for us?
Okay. Scott and Julie Brosso have been working on their solar roadway, literally a road made of solar panels, for several years, and now they are finally ready with their first full trial, a 12 by 36-foot parking lot in North Idaho, about an hour from the Canadian border.
Okay, very good, very good. You have very good pronunciation. Maybe this word right here, several. Okay, everything else was quite nice. And you're from Canada, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so maybe this one's close to you. I don't know. I don't remember which part you were from.
In Montreal.
Ah, I see. Okay, very good. So we have these two people, Scott and Julie, who are trying to work on this idea of the solar roadway. Any questions here?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the meaning of literally?
Literally. Okay, so it says literally a road made of solar panels. Does anybody know what that means, literally? So what's the opposite of literally?
I think. Can I talk?
Sorry, can you
I
say
don't know.
again?
I think literally mean not practical. Just
Okay,
very.
literally it doesn't mean not practical. What it means is not figurative. So a lot of times you'll hear this in English. We have a literal meaning and a figurative meaning. So sometimes we say things, but we don't mean them literally. We just mean them figuratively, like an expression. But literally means it's not like an expression. It's not figuratively. It's what it actually is. Okay, so this solar roadway, we're not just calling it solar because it's powered by solar energy. It's literally made of solar panels. Okay, so it's not just a name, it's what it actually is.
Hmm.
Okay, does that make a little bit more sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Any other questions here? So again, we have the same concept, and we know now who is developing this, and that they finally are working on their first trial. Okay? So let's go to the next. And we'll go to, let's see, Amr, could you read this one?
Okay. Funded with a 750,000 grant from the Federal Highway Administration, the 5,700 watt installation is set to be completed in April and will be a key step in proving availability. Um, we will have something to
Okay, we'll
invite.
just stop right there for a second, okay?
Okay.
We'll stop there. Let me correct this one right here. Just this, when you're reading this number, it should be $750,000. Okay, so remember that dollars.
Okay.
And the other correction I had was this word right here. It should be April. April.
April.
Okay, perfect. So you have that long A sound at the beginning, April. Okay, great. Everything else was good. Any questions here, either about vocab or some phrases that you didn't understand?
What's the meaning of grant?
Which one?
Grant.
Grant?
Grant.
Okay, so we have the word grant, funded with a $750,000 grant. A grant is usually an amount of money that's just given to some sort of good cause. So in this case, this grant is an amount of money that the Federal Highway Administration is giving to this project so that they can help with this problem of finding renewable resources. So there are all kinds of grants. Sometimes the federal government gives grants to students, meaning they give them money to study. Other corporations might give grants to organizations that help to fight hunger or obesity, different kind of things, but that's just a sum of money like a donation.
Donate. Okay.
Okay?
This word is coming from grantee, or it is something else?
The word guarantee.
Yes.
Okay, it's a little bit different. So they're both kind of dealing, or they both could deal with money, but a guarantee is like a promise, and a grant is like a sum of money that's donated. So they don't come from the same word, but you can see how they might have a connection.
Okay.
Okay, good question. Any other questions? What about that last word, viability? It'll be a key
Viable.
step in proving viability.
Yeah, it's something can be success.
Yeah, so we want to know if it's going to be successful or not, right? So we might have some questions about this project. Some of you think it's a good idea, maybe others don't think it's such a good idea, but let's think right here. What are some problems that we might need to solve with this new invention? What are some questions that you have? Anybody, what do you think? What are some problems that this could cause?
I think it will be this project. It will be a huge cost. It needs a lot of money.
Right, right. So it's extremely expensive. And if you think about the cost, well, this project, this trial project is funded with $750,000. And this is just a relatively small area that they're doing this in. So if they're paying a quarter or $750,000 for this small area, you have to imagine how expensive it would be for an entire road or an entire system of roads. Okay, so definitely the cost. The cost is a big question. Any other questions that you have?
And also, with this system, only we can drive our cars in the daylight.
Okay, yeah, so they only get power during the day, but it depends on what you're trying to use it for. So maybe if your cars are charged by the road, we could only use them during the day. But they can store energy, and you might also be using cars that are powered by gas. So it could be, that could definitely be a problem. It depends on what they want to do with the road. Okay, other problems, Mustafa?
Yeah, I will comment. If we look to long time, it's not so expensive, because if we compare between this technology and maybe a steam power station or nuclear power station or other kind of power station, it's different, because we need maybe gas, maybe coal, maybe depends on the type of source we need to operating this station. Here we have clean technology, so the difference will show after a long time, not for a short time. So with long time, it's not so expensive.
Yeah, so the initial cost is really great, but maybe after time we'll start to get more money from it because we don't have to pay for the energy. Okay, excellent point. Any other comments at this point?
I think the world have not so much time because of the global warming. So as soon as possible, we solve the problem.
Right. So this might take too much time. We need to fix this sooner. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. Very good. Because it's going to take a long time, if you think about it, to replace all the roads with these solar-powered roads. Okay, very good. So let's go to the next section and still be thinking about what you think about this idea. Let's go next to, you see, Jose, would you like to read this one?
Okay. We will have something to invite company owners to come and see. Scott Russell says they'll be able to see all the features and how the power runs straight into our electronics lab and powers the building.
Okay, very good. Great pronunciation, no problems there. So any questions here?
It's okay.
Okay, good. So this is their test run that Scott Brusha and I believe his wife are doing, and they want companies to come and see how it works. And if you look at the end sentence, he says, how the power runs straight into our electronics lab and powers the building. So it's not only powering cars or the road itself, but it's generating power to the surrounding buildings, which I thought was interesting. That sounds like a good idea. Okay, what do you guys think?
Actually, teacher, here we didn't use electronic devices. We just use power electronic devices because we need to convert this low energy to high power to use it. And what I meant about long time, I didn't mean that we need long time to fix our roads. I meant if we look, for example, if we have a plan for short time or for long time, this is good plan for long time because we know we have some factors about expensive, some factors is about long time. If I take example about steam power station, after 20 years I should eliminate this station and build another one, but the case is different with solar technology. Also, I didn't need any source to run this technology. It's just a clean technology, and I have my source is sun. So here's the difference. And if I make some calculation to see the difference, how much I will sell this technology or this power to the people, it will be the same or less expensive because I will eliminate many factors.
Okay, very good. That's a good point. And you seem to know a lot about power, Mustafa.
Yeah,
but that's
I
good.
know.
That's great. Excellent. So, good. Any other comments on that? What do you think about being able to power surrounding things? So collecting that electricity, collecting that energy and converting it into electricity that you can use to power other things. Comments? That's okay. Keep thinking. We'll go to the next section.
Okay.
Okay, this tells us a little bit more about how it's made. And we have, Mahmoud, would you read this one?
Okay. The rod is made of three parts: a hard-wearing, translucent top layer with solar cells, LED lights for road marking, and a heating element to keep off snow and ice, an electronic layer to control lighting and communications, and a base plate layer that distributes power to nearby homes and businesses, and perhaps electric vehicles charging stations.
Okay, very good. And let's see. Pronunciation was very good. Just a couple ones. This one right here, a hard wearing.
Yes, okay.
Okay. Very good. And the other one was just in some of your words, make sure that you pronounce the S at the end. So sometimes you drop off the S, for example, in this one, for road markings. So really focus on trying to pronounce the S at the end of those words. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Everything else was great. So we have a little bit more complicated words in this one as we're talking about the specifics. Are there any questions here?
Translucent.
Right, we have the word translucent. Translucent. Does anybody in the class know what it means, translucent?
Translucent.
So the top layer is translucent. Let me give you another example. A window is also translucent.
Like transparent.
Right, so
right?
translucent, right, exactly. We can see through it. Light can come through it.
Yes.
Okay?
Mhm.
Excellent. So that's what it means translucent, that light can pass through. So we have a translucent top layer, and you can see why it's important for light to be able to pass through because they're solar panels. So we need the light to be able to pass through so that they can charge those solar cells. Okay, any other questions?
It's okay. I think.
Okay, very good. And if you'll scroll down either on your own screen or I'll scroll down on mine, you can see some of the layers that make this up. So here we have, right here is the translucent layer here at the top. Okay, it means the light can pass through it. And here we have the LEDs right on top of the solar cells, which collect the power. We have a heating element so that if it gets ice or snow on it, it'll melt. I think that's a really great feature because, of course, if the road is covered with ice and snow, it can't charge. Okay? And then we have the base panel that deals with all the electronics necessary. Okay?
Teacher, I will mention to some problem with this technology,
Okay.
especially with dust. Yeah, because
Yeah.
if we made this technology on roads, it just will be straight. So when we do this technology actually in reality, or in fact, we just make it with some angle. So it's like 30 degree or 60 degree because it need to be clean always. If there are some dust on it, it will be not conductivity. So this is very, very big problem in this technology.
Right, right. That's important. And that's something that I didn't think about. If it gets dirty, how is it going to collect energy?
Yeah, so this
Okay.
is big problem. So when they use this, actually we can see this technology on streets because this lighting our streets in night, and we can see that this panel is with some angle, with some degree, 60 maybe or 30. So it depends.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, and
Excellent point.
teacher, about heating, about heating plan, it's not so useful because it just gives us a little power, not so high power. So in some very cold places will don't work. So there are many many big problems in this technology
Right,
for
right.
this time.
Okay, yeah. And again, this is a new technology. Maybe they haven't thought it through much. And you'll see as we continue reading the article that maybe they really need to work on it a little bit more before it becomes something that's very useful. Okay, so keep thinking about that. Keep thinking about maybe it's a good idea, but it still needs a lot more thought. Okay?
You're right.
Other comments? Oh no, did you have a comment?
Yes. No. I
Oh, okay.
misunderstood.
Okay, very good. Anybody else want to comment?
Yeah, I want to ask something.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we will have a DC power, not AC, from this technology, and we know that we use AC power in our life. So here is another problem because we need a lot of batteries to save or store this power and convert it to DC. So if I use rod to apply this technology, I will need a huge amount of battery. Else, if I use lithium battery, it will be different, but it will be so expensive. So here's another problem about storage, how I will storage this energy.
Right, right. Mustafa, this must be your area of expertise, right?
Actually, electrical and communication engineering.
Oh, I see. Very interesting. Well, it's
Teacher,
great to have
we just
that. Yeah, go ahead.
we just start to forget about this project with this a lot of problems that Mustafa said. So I start to hate this project really.
So you were supporting it in the beginning, but now you see that there are so many problems with it, right?
No,
Yeah,
actually,
that's
I
right.
support this technology, teacher.
Well,
Yeah,
this is what Shadan thinks. I think she's not for it.
yeah.
But very good. So again, we can't look at everything and just think it's a great idea. We have to think about it and see what we can find out. What are some problems? What are some advantages? So that's excellent. Any other comments?
I support this technology even after all that Mustafa said, but I know that there is a lot of work
Mm-hmm.
before the
Right.
technology being
Mm-hmm.
available or worldwide.
Right, right. So, of course, the things that we've mentioned are problems, but we can find solutions to them, hopefully.
Yeah.
So, I still think it's a
Teacher,
good idea. And go ahead, Mustafa.
yeah, actually, this technology is applied in this time, but in different ways. So they have a farm of solar technology or solar plants, and it give us it's helpful to give power to some far places. If the network electricity don't arrive to these places, we can use this technology. It give us between 2 mega watt to 5 megawatt. It depends, and as I said, it's less expensive, not more
Mm-hmm.
expensive, less expensive than steam or nuclear or other kind of power station.
Mm-hmm.
But it used just to give us to supply just little area, not
Mm-hmm.
extend area.
Okay, very good, very good. So let's look at the next section, and we're going to skip this one right under the image just to make sure that we have time for the video, because I think the video is interesting as well. So let's go to this next section, and let me see. Oh, who was it that read last? I can't remember. Maybe it was, let's go to Mustafa. Mustafa, can you read this one?
Okay, so Proso says a solar panel on the ground is likely to generate less power than one on a roof because the ground can't be pointed at an optimum angle to the sun. But the point is there is a lot more ground around the roof space, and putting panels down rather than up is easier. He hasn't calculated how too expensive a solar rod might be compared to asphalt. Thought he guesses it might be 3 times as much.
Okay, very good. That word is asphalt. Asphalt.
Asphalt,
Asphalt.
yeah, asphalt.
Okay, and what is asphalt? Do you know?
No.
Yeah.
Does anybody know?
Yes, asphalt. Also in Turkey, we call that asphalt in Turkish, English Turkish
Mhm.
word. As asphalt is a material which is produced from petroleum. So you can cover on the road with asphalt, and
Mhm.
there's some special abilities on asphalt. So you can make roads with asphalt.
Mhm. Right,
Yeah, I
exactly.
know
So
it.
asphalt is that black material used or made from petroleum that we make roads from typically.
Yeah. Actually, we called
Okay.
it asphalt here.
Ah, so it's very
Yeah,
similar as well. Okay,
yeah.
excellent. Any other questions in this paragraph? And Jose, you say in the chat pavement. It is the same as pavement. Asphalt is a type of pavement. Okay, very good. So what do you think about this section? There's something in this section that caught me off guard, that made me really question this project. Did anybody else see something that they thought was kind of strange?
I cannot understood actually.
The article, this paragraph is hard to understand.
No. I understand the paragraph. I don't understand you. The last words, the last sentence. Yes.
The last sentence
Uh-huh.
where he says he hasn't calculated how expensive a solar road might be compared to asphalt, though he guesses it might be 3 times as much. Okay, who wants to summarize that sentence there?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, me, teacher, or
Whoever it was
or
that said
Muhammad?
yeah. If you want to, you can.
Okay, so if I want to talk about first paragraph and second paragraph, he just thought that we will have just less power than if we used this technology as with some angle as a roof in street or in farm solar technology or solar plants panels. Sorry, panels. Because as I mentioned, if we just put it in straight way, dust will affect on it, and if we think the cars will will run on it, and street need also only to be clean. Also, it depends on the angle reflected. If we calculated the angle reflected of the sun waves, we need to calculate that, so it's different here in this case. He also mentioned that they didn't calculate the expensive of solar road, because if you compare the expensive between asphalt and solar, it's very different, because asphalt is just something we don't need, and we have it from after we take out gasoline and other kind of petrols, so we just use it to on roads. But solar, no, it's another kind of technology, it's advanced technology, so it's expensive. So here's the point.
Right, exactly. So in that last sentence, just like you said, Mustafa, he hasn't calculated how expensive it's going to be to make this project. So of course it's going to be more expensive than asphalt, because asphalt is what we already use now. And he's guessing it might be 3 times more expensive to make a solar road than it would be to make one out of asphalt. So it's already expensive to make a road today. But making a solar road might be 3 times more expensive than making one out of asphalt. Okay? And the thing that surprised me about this was that I feel like he should have probably calculated how expensive it might be. If you make a project, it seems like you would try to figure out how much it's going to cost. So I thought that maybe he should try and do that.
I actually teacher know about the price. It's not it's not cheap.
Yes, it must be expensive. It must be very expensive.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, let's go to the next one. And we have, Owner, would you read this one?
Mm-hmm. The big draw of the solar road potentially is that the panels end up paying for themselves, and that the energy can be used for all sorts of useful things, like powering lights and rest stop amenities. Amenities, right?
Right, amenities, perfect.
Amenities. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Any questions there? Is there a question about the word amenities? What does that mean?
No. I don't know amenities. Means of amenities.
Okay, does anybody else know amenities?
I think, teacher, it's a place that person go to take a rest, like this. So like a
Right.
hotel, but it's not a hotel.
Right. So we have rest stop amenities. Amenities is almost like services. So a rest stop is going to provide you with different services, a place to rest, a place to stay for a minute. Okay. So these roads could power things like the lights, the street lights, or the rest stops that you have along the side of the road, rest stop amenities. Okay, any
Actually,
other
teacher,
questions? Go ahead, Mustafa.
yeah, we didn't use road to give power to these kinds because actually we used it in street lighting. We have a solar panel that gave the power to light our streets, and also in some building we have solar system technology, and this technology supplies some parts in this building about energy, like hospitals, hotels. So we didn't need build roads, and it's expensive just for this kind of no. it's it's strange.
Okay, yeah. So you think we can use solar panels to do these things without having to create the whole road out of solar panels? Is that what you think, Mustafa?
Yeah.
Right, that's a good point because it's something that we already do in some places using panels to power the lights and other things. So maybe it's not necessary. Okay, good point. What do you think, others in the class?
I think it's not necessary to. It is unnecessary to put the cars. So cars have a weight. To put the cars on the road on the these panels. They may broken maybe. It can be this panel maybe must be plural, and we need these panels, this solar technology further for further improvements. But it's not a good idea to put the cars on it. I think.
Yeah, cars are heavy, so we have to think of an idea, a way that we can create these panels without breaking them. That's a good problem right there. Okay, excellent point. Anybody else?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
I think we always need a new source of energy, whatever it will be expensive at its start. But we now, almost the world use petroleum, and petroleum is not renewable source of energy, and it will be at any time it will be empty. We will not find any petroleum to operate generators or any kind of else of energy. So we need to pay to get a new source of energy. I think it's very necessary to support this project as another way or a future way to get energy.
Right, right. So it is a interesting project, and we do need to look around for different ways to produce energy. So that's a good point. Okay, it's good to know that at least somebody supports this project still. Okay, excellent. So what we're going to do now, I know we haven't finished the article, but I want to watch this video. So let me put the video, I'm just going to put a link in the chat. So let me put it in the chat. Of course, if you can't access it, just let me know. But it's a short video, maybe 3.5 minutes long, and it talks a little bit more about the project as they're talking to other people. So we're going to watch this video, and then we'll have a few minutes at the end to talk about it. So if you would mute your microphones and go ahead and watch the video.
Bueno, mejor no. Quiero seguir así cantando.
Okay, so did everybody watch the video?
I just watched first minute.
Okay,
No,
no
I
problem.
can't because I don't have the link.
The link was in the chat.
I am on the chat right now.
You can't see the chat?
My bad connection doesn't help me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, the video basically just shows us a little bit about how the process works and what are some of the reasons why they started to try this project. Okay, and you can see maybe this kind of answers some questions that both of these people who are starting this company aren't exactly experts in this field, but they took an idea and they tried to make it work. So any comments about the video? What did you think about what you saw in it, those of you who were able to watch it?
I won't comment because in what we have, in this technology that we have now, they couldn't do that. They can't do that for several reasons. If we talk about this technology, they used LED, it's light emitting diode. There are two kinds to convert energy. We can convert the light of the sun and we can convert the heat of the sun. So this is so different kind of converting, and it depends about the season, winter, autumn, spring, summer, also about the amount of energy that we have from this technology. There are many factors. If I mentioned it, I will take a long time to explain that. And maybe other students also may give some comments. Also, I just mentioned about other resources. We have wind, we have also the seas waves, we have many natural sources can produce electrical energy from it, and we used it.
Right. So there are other resources that we have aside from the sun. Okay, very good point. Anybody else? We are running out of time, but anybody else want to make a last comment about the video and the idea in general?
The innovation is always good. We mustn't give up to think different. If related with the world, the future of the world, we must try.
Right, right. So of course there are going to be problems, but it's always good to keep thinking of new ways to innovate, and hopefully with time those ideas will improve and actually become useful. Okay, excellent, excellent. So again, we're out of time. It was a pleasure to spend the hour with you and get to hear some of your opinions. So thank you. I hope you learned not just that you practice your English, but that you learned a little bit more about this idea and this concept. Okay?
Yes,
So
you're
again, wonderful to have you all, everyone. Take care, and maybe I'll see you in an hour for the next class, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye,
Okay,
everyone.
see ya.
Bye-bye.
Thank